The valley floor was 59 degrees, and that's back by Lake George. I started driving this way, and you just gradually kind of come up the hill, and I lost 3 degrees before I even, started to feel elevation. And it's just how it is. The warm weather will settle down in the valley over that way as the cool air starts to move in. It's amazing how fast. Like down at the river, 59 degrees, and I was like, oh yeah, this is nice. It'll be 30 minutes and it'll start to feel cold, because it's 3:28 right now, so we have like an hour of like good sun, and from 4:30 on you're going to be bathing in the shadows of trees about anywhere you go around here. Burn mark on the end of that. A lot of burn marks on the stuff right around here. I took a little bit different way because I was getting anxious for one. I just wanted to get out and move, but I noticed from back that way you have kind of an open field this way. The other way we sort of make like a hook and come back to the rocks. This is kind of more of a direct shot across this field. Ever since my dad found that point out here, I kind of wanted to walk some more of the open areas too. But anyway, I thought I'd climb this thing today, like all the way to the top, because the other day I was out here, which was fun, but the wind was killer, and I wouldn't even felt safe on top. This one has some kind of balancy, funny parts that I don't really do in the wind. I don't like getting on any of them when it's really windy. Someday I said I'd come out here and walk around it, but it's a long walk around it, really. Not that I can't do it, but it's so much more fun to get on top of it. I think at one time, the normal way that we come in would have been the road to the campsites. See, a bunch of these have been trimmed off of this. Many of them are just broken, but a few of those had, right there too, clean cuts. Might have been another tree standing there, the longer I think about it, that somebody cut down and took, hauled the lumber away. But coming from this way, you start out at like a much lower point, too, because up by that tree there is the first spot where it starts to get kind of flat again. Boy, and this is all thorny right here, too. I think I can get up that. Almost looks like it's got notches for doing so. I usually come out to this one because it's easy, but obviously this side, not easier. Okay, I don't see thorns here. If I can make it up, I don't have to come back the same way, so let's try it here. It's a little steep there, but you can definitely step in those little notches that you could see. See, if I come from the road, it's a shallower approach. That's like a hole. I didn't feel that I was walking down, but I was. Whew. I don't have a ton of energy today, but that's kind of why I came here. I guess being as I'm going to just fry in the sunshine going up it, I better kind of lower my heart rate, catch my breath a little, or I'm just going to get hot. See all that shaded area I walk through? Real long shadows. As soon as that hits what is that back there? That's badger behind the tree. Not sure what that one is. Okay, let's go. I'm kind of excited when I get home. I have some Star Wars Adorables to open. They were extra cheap today. I kind of like those Adorables. I have some of the Inside Out too. And what else did I get? Something else anyway. Now I have some Star Wars. One of these big rocks over here shifted on me the last time I was up here. Boy, all of a sudden, downhill. This part, I'll probably bring the camera in a little bit and catch my breath too. The way I go is the crack to those little steps. Of course, I've had this on video before, but not New Year's Eve. Thorns. Okay. It's a lot of steps to the top of this one that you have to lift your feet for. I still think of it as fairly easy, but just keep going. This way, it's very trip hazard. Anybody comes up here, just go slow, because there's so many little like thumbs and just pieces that stick out where it's eroded around it. It's all covered with the growth on this side. That gets slippery when wet, and it goes all the way to the edge too. Keep yourself low anytime you're up high. Balance can often just, one slip, just go. You always got to think of that too. Balance and the frailty of the human body that can also give at any moment. See some of these that stick out of this. I call it soap rock. It looks like wet soap in the sunshine. Gnarly top, that's for sure. A very gnarly top. The backside here is pretty sheer as well. There's just not as good a thing to go stand on like on the other side. Crazy little pile of rocks for there not to be a road to come out directly to them so that people could recreate here. It's one of the better ones, but I don't know, maybe somebody fell or something, but the whole area is vegetation reclamation, so you gotta park and walk in. See if I can pinpoint the Jeep up on the hill. You follow the road back. There's the tree line. I thought maybe I'd see the broken tree, but I don't. kind of a crapshoot whether you'll see through any particular point of the trees, you know, or not. Shift over 5 feet to the left and oh, more thorns. That's a gnarly one because it's kind of old, and then it has some of its last year's newer growth. Oh man, look at those. Those I don't think are even like, they go through stages of when they're green and can't hurt you yet really, and then when they're brown and will poke you just fine, but then they almost start to turn over to a gray where they even stop breaking off that easy at that point, and the whole thing is just like a rigid stick. This is a little bit sketchy way, but I remember hearing this make hollow sounds when I stepped off of it. Not much of this thing is very mobile, I should say. There was that one rock on the way up the last time that just kind of rocked in its place a little bit, but that's kind of common on any of these places. The heavy rains we get, especially if it nails one area, it'll wash out little stones and change the area quite a lot. Okay, here we do a butt slide slam. Well, look, get the last view at the saddle here. Well, now, I was just thinking, when we got here, I don't think the sun was casting that long of a shadow out there. I'll have to compare the part of the video where I stopped there and looked, because I swear it was still sunny in that little low part there. Well, I guess I'll stop it here because it's just kind of a slog back to the vehicle. We still got a nice view here, so. Oh yeah, and battery. How we doing there? Yeah, I better stop it now. We're at 18%, which isn't too bad for all the stuff I did. My new Venom hat. All right.